gotta believe.
Hello everybody out there in YouTube Nation. Hope everybody's doing well and keeping healthy. I've been having a hard time myself. Sorry I haven't been on much lately here. Haven't been able to do any videos, feeling under the weather. I ended up catching that stupid COVID virus, and it really knocked the shit out of me. Yeah, it was a hard. It's been the first time I've been out of my house since last Friday. Yeah, sure knocks the heck out of you. The worst for me was the sore throat. Midweek I thought I might have to go to the hospital. I didn't have too bad a temperature wise, but my throat had seized right up and was just so painful. I tried to even swallow a bran muffin, all softened up, and tried to swallow it. It would just get to ball right at the back of my throat, and I would just cough it back up. It just wouldn't go down. Lukewarm water worked. That was about it. Get a little bit of water in me. But that mainly was only for about a day and a half. Just unable to sleep because of the coughing and throwing up phlegm constantly. It was something I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. Yeah, it was no fun. But I'm out today. It's quite the day out there today. It's not too cold, but it's supposed to be for the week. This whole week's supposed to be either snow, freezing rain, fog, and it's around 0, 5 below weather. Strange weather, but better than the 30 below. Anyway, lots happening in the CFL now. Free agents and teams now can, as of today, I think it's February 4th, other teams can talk to free agents, but there'll be lots of offers going out there for sure. Now, I'm sure just because it's open now, there's been discussions probably before. We signed a few since I think I talked to you last. Glad to see Blake, they signed him. I think that might be the doom to Evan Johnson. I think they'll probably find a replacement for him. There's lots available out there, and Blake can take over that guard position. He can actually play a lot of the positions. And they also extended Roland Milligan. Really happy about that. They got a 2-year deal with him. Now, he wasn't a free agent, but they extended him. Plus they signed my other guy I liked, Sean Baines. Fairly good deal, I think around 180K. And next year, only about 5-10 more thousand. It's a 2-year deal. But similar to what Winnicke contract was, I'd say. I don't know if we'll be on the hunt big time for receivers in the free agency. I kind of doubt it. Schoen's available, but he'll want quite a bit of money. What we need is our defense shored up there. We still haven't got Mika Johnson Christmas signed up front there, or Robertson signed. I'm not sure any of them will come back. I'd like to see Christmas and Mika come back. They signed Lanier, and I don't know, I couldn't find out how much they signed him for. I sure hope he took a pay cut from last year, that's for sure. But they've got a lot of guys down there in TO, maybe Corey Mace will know quite a bit about him. That Houston, Hendricks, Barlow, Oakland. Well, Houston, he's with the Bombers, but he's a DB. I wouldn't mind having a look at him either. It depends on all the prices, all these guys. And that's part what O'Day has to figure out. O'Day has to fit him into the pie. People are on his case so big time that I can't believe it. Crazy. You know, you'd think he was the guy running the whole show, him and Reynolds. But that's why you hired your coach first. He's going to have a lot to say. And I hope all the assistants have a lot to say. They're the ones that can look at this film and decide who they want to take. They have to coach the players, so I'm sure they got a lot more to say than people think. O'Day just has to figure out a way to talk them to come for a certain amount of money. Like, the main part of all that is going to be a running back. Like, we've got Hickson signed, but they're going to have to find themselves a good major running back, and there's 3 available with Oliveira, Ouellette, and Stanbuck. You know, they're all out there. My choice would probably be Ouellette. You know, like, I can see them getting him at a reasonable price. You know, like Oliveira, he stands to make a lot because of his Canadian passport. I know it's shits have to pay more for Canadian, but that's the reality of the Canadian Football League. But as far as stats, I think they were neck and neck all season. So it's not like they are much difference between the two. I've never seen much difference when they're running either. They're both horses. I would think Ouellette probably would have been higher up there if he'd have played more games. They sat him out a lot because he had everything tied up. Won already. And another guy from that Oakman might be a decent guy. Yeah. And Hendricks, I like him down in Toronto there. He's a defensive tackle. And Brandon Barlow, he's showing really good signs down there too. He's a defensive end. Because I'd like to see them be able to move Lanier back inside. I'd really like to see them put a bid in for him. That Ben Haladic out of BC. There's another guy. He's going to be wanting a price because he's a Canadian and he had really good stats. But, you know, I love ratio breakers, and if you can get one on defense, that's a bonus. You know, because I'm sure they're not going to bring back tights. I think they're going to be finding another linebacker there. And I'm really suspect about Dean too. I know a lot of people like Dean, but he's not high on my list. I watch a lot of the linebacker play, and like Dean makes a lot of the tackles, but you know, he's not getting them in the hole. He gets them, he's tackling them from behind, and that's 7-8 yards downfield. That just don't cut her. So I'm not sure if he's high on the priority being signed again. But the Bombers, they got a lot of guys to sign yet. They're in a worse position than we are, that's for sure. They still haven't they still haven't signed Hardrick, Schoen, and of course Oliveira, and quite a few other ones. Oh, Jeff Coate, he hasn't signed. I want to be able to even get back. He's the same thing as AC Leonard. So he's gonna have a job in Edmonton there. Like I said, a lot's gonna start happening now. That's for sure. Yeah. And as free agents, one more week and then they're gonna be able to go wherever they want to go. One thing the Bombers did have was that Streveler. I like him. I would have took him as a backup quarterback. He'd probably do good just as a starting quarterback in the CFL. Gained a lot of experience down there in the NFL. And he's basically like another running back in the backfield. I think his biggest downfall was his arm, but yeah, it's nice to have that another horse in the backfield. Definitely have no trouble on third down gambles, that's for sure. Colares is the same as Harris. They're only one knock away from being put out of the bloody injury list. Hope y'all can hear me. I'm puffing like a steer. My lungs just aren't there at all. Might have bitten off here more than I can chew. Thought I'd just go around the block here and get some fresh air. She's nasty out here against the wind. Yeah, another thing I want to talk about is poor Michael Ball there. He got axed from being the voice of the Riders. Sorry for you there, Ballsy. Really, I had no complaints about him much. I kind of had a feeling that he might be speaking out too much and end up being cut too, as I know he's a Roll Call Radio employee, but he's still voice of the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And you got to be careful what you say about management and the players and the coaches. It's fine and dandy to have an opinion, and that's kind of what I liked about Ballsy. He spoke up. One of my favorite guys of all time was a color guy with the Riders, was Carm Carteri. I was going to more games back then, and listening to him come home used to just make me laugh. Carm called her how he saw her, that's for sure. He wasn't afraid to say anything, and that cost him his job. I'm sure of it. I'm sure, I shouldn't say I'm sure, but I'm pretty sure that that's why Ballsy lost his job. See, you can only say so much. You gotta be careful what you say about management. As a management, they just give Roll Call a call and say, we don't particularly like your choice of color, commentator. We want a different one. Like a guy that I could see not making it back either, who's Molnar, a color guy for him. He had a lot of bad things to say too. And like I said, I'm all for that. Like people calling it like they see it. May not agree with a lot of it, but he was a lineman and he would call out players and call out what the coaches are calling, and like I said, that could cost you your job pretty quickly. With him, he's got a good job in the backup. I'm not sure what Ballsy's gonna do. Yeah, boy, I better start heading back to home here. I'm already overheating, steaming here. Pretty weak still. I sure hope the hell I can kick the rest of this virus out of my system and get back to my regular walks with my dog, hunting squirrels. Yeah, it's been a long week or more. Yeah. Anyway, that's about it till next time. I'd like to thank everybody who subscribes. Really helps. I'm okay. I can say whatever the hell I want about the Riders, and no one's gonna fire me, and I'm not getting paid for doing anything for the Riders. It's just one of my favorite teams and plays in the favorite league of mine, and can't wait for it all to start up again. Yeah, probably if I could get another few hundred subscribers, the Roughriders would have to stand up and take notice. Already got a message from Corey Mace after he took over the coaching job about how much he liked my videos. I was pretty happy about that. I'm sure it wasn't him. It's probably his social media person. But regardless, I've never ever gotten a message from Roughriders or anybody about my loyalty to the Roughriders and putting out everything I know about the Roughriders. It was a nice compliment he gave me, and I really appreciate that. So anyway, till next time, hit that like button, and if you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It don't cost nothing, it's free. You just hit that and you just get notifications. If you hit the bell, you get notifications whenever I do make a video. Hope I can get back to making a few more regular videos. A lot more funny news will be happening here pretty soon, and I'd like to give you a talk about what I think about it all. Anyway, till next time, go Riders, go.